another COVID fail.
COVID fail.
Just like everything else, they've turned them off because of COVID-19.
Only 7 minutes late today getting out of our campsite. We're out of here. We're on our way to Savannah.
And we have Cinder with us.
Yes, where we're going to stay the next 7 nights. So, here we go.
With the cluster truck saga firmly behind us, we continued on with our caravan to Savannah with my parents. No more truck issues, but would COVID-19 affect our plans? Well, we were about to find out.
Like a love song we remain, like a legend of today, like a bond that never breaks. We are unbreakable. Like a love song we remain, like a legend of today, like a picture in a frame. We are unbreakable.
Hi, are you girls hanging out under the picnic table?
It's hot.
It is really hot here. Solution to not being right next door to Nanny and Papa. We're taking dinner over in the wagon. What's for dinner tonight, Ethan?
Chipotle bowls.
Chipotle bowls.
Oh, he's not in, right?
AKA burrito bowls.
Today we're out here riding through this beautiful marsh, wetland, humid jungle-ish. There's Chloe, and we found, got to this point, it's really blown out. There's the marshlands. We're looking for alligators, but we don't see any yet. Just a bunch of tadpoles and some really pretty birds. We've been having a lot of fun on this little trail. It's bike trail, about 3 miles right here. Fun stops along the way, and it's been great because Papa has gotten to come with us on his e-bike, and he is braving the roots. And the, I don't know if I'd call it single track, but it is not a smooth path by any means. But we're having a lot of fun.
Like a love song we remain, like a legend of today, like a picture in a frame. We are unbreakable. We are unbreakable.
The lovely wife and I are on a ride. This kind of stuff doesn't get to happen very often, so thank you, Nanny and Papa, for allowing this.
Yeah.
But we're here at Skidaway State Park doing the Big Ferry Trail. It's just like a 3-mile loop, not bad, really easy to ride. And it's got all these little neat things that keep interrupting us because they're fun little things to learn about at this park. For Prohibition years, Skidaway Island was known for its illegal alcohol production. And so all over this area, there are things like this, which were illegal liquor stills. There's another one kind of back up in here that you can see. But the police would catch them and they'd come at them with axes and they would just chop up these things to render them basically useless. And you can see the axe marks where they chopped it all up and back there. And I guess they just let them sit here.
My favorite thing in this whole area is the Spanish moss. And the kids, we learned a lot about Spanish moss, that it is a distant relative of the pineapple. Who knew? And that instead of roots, it gets its nutrients just like from the air. And so it thrives in really humid places thus.
And this is definitely one area where it is all over.
We're going into Savannah right now. So we're going downtown and we want to make sure we have snacks and water with us. And the kids are gonna scoot, so hopefully they won't get as tired and they'll be able to keep up, because there's a lot of walking to do. So the kids are bringing swimsuits because there's a fountain they can apparently run in, and I am bringing one single towel for us to dry off on. That's what I'm putting in my backpack, and John is gonna carry the cable unlock for the scooters. Sorry, Cinder Smooch, you have to stay here, but looks like you're gonna hold down the fort just fine.
This is the Savannah River behind us. Lots of cool boats and stuff going around. There's that big shipping container in the background. It's really pretty here along this little boardwalk. Well, it's not a boardwalk. I guess it's a brick walk. But first, Starbucks. It's a big boat, isn't it, Aaron? What is it that's stacked on top of them? Shipping containers. What'd you get? Nice.
Chloe, decided to get on the ferry?
You can't ride your scooter off the ramp.
You'll have to carry it on the ramp, probably. We made it onto the ferry. This is the Savannah Belle. The Savannah Belle ferry. Each of the boats are named after a famous woman. We're going to go for a little ride and then go check out the Waving Woman Park or Waving Lady Park.
This is the
And then ride the ferry back. And it's completely free. For 44 years she stood and waved to boats as they came in. This is definitely where it's at. They're all off.
Our COVID fail.
COVID fail. Sadly, it's really hard to figure out what is open and what isn't.
Yeah, because it all looks like it's open.
Just like everything else, they've turned them off because of COVID-19. We spoke with the security guard earlier in this area who said normally this is like standing room only. It's all shut down because of COVID-19. So there's these really pretty, behind us, fountains. Normally they're all spraying all over. The kids are running all over this place. But thanks to the Rona, it's all shut down. She said she's been super bored because there's just nobody here. It's nice and hot today too. What's the heat index?
107 degree heat index. And there's no water anywhere.
It's good times. So we're still having fun, and Savannah is still beautiful and worth checking out. But unfortunately, some of the really cool things just not on.
I went into the visitor information kiosk inside, and they said, I asked them, is it true that the trolley and the shuttle, the free transit system is down? They said yes, due to COVID, because they can't keep the passengers separate from the drivers, and they're trying to protect their drivers, which, okay, that's fine. Except there are trolleys everywhere. And anyways, I was just annoyed because the free ones are down, but tours are all open. Things we learned. Very, very hot here and very humid. It's a great city to walk around, but I would suggest bringing your bikes. Had we had our bikes, I think all of this would have been a lot smoother and we could get around really quickly. We weren't sure what to expect, but Savannah's a great place to bike because it's flat and everything is fairly close together. Weird. Those are really cool. They're like bright orange. I think another tip would maybe be to come to Savannah not at the end of August. It's so hot, so hot. We are stopped at the playground. It's actually open. Amazing. I don't know how to pronounce this park, but it's like the big popular Forsyth Park.
Forsyth or Forsyth or
Something with the really big, beautiful fountain. Let me see it. That looks huge.
It's a cicada shell.
You have to get off and walk after you get past that. Sadly, the cathedral is not open and it's raining, and I really wanted to get cool pictures inside, and we're not sure if it's closed because of COVID or just closed because it's closed right now. Despite so many closures due to COVID, we did really enjoy exploring the beautiful downtown Savannah. But with heat like this, it's time to hit the beach. Who's ready for the beach? Day one at Tybee Beach. We came even though it was a % chance of raining.
solid, good hour.
Got a solid hour in. We did.
I thought it was super fun.
I did too. I enjoyed it. Since we didn't get to spend the whole day at the beach, we are on our way to find an ice cream shop here on the island before we head back to the rig. The next trip to the beach was beautiful, just a perfect day. The water was surprisingly warm and quite refreshing, and though John did get stung by a jelly, and we might have popped our inflatable couch, we all enjoyed floating in the waves. Aren't Nanny and Papa just the cutest? This will surely be a memory not soon forgotten.
Chloe's birthday party!
Wish that I could stay in this moment forever, so I can hold you in my arms. I will carry you on my shoulders as long as I'm able. Scare the monsters under your bed. Deep in the violet, liking for you is all I need. Until my heart gives in, I will do everything I can. You will grow up in the blink of an eye and move out and be on your own. But no matter what comes your way, I will stay right here beside you to catch
Having those e-bikes was so much fun. It's like my parents were kids again, and my kids had so much fun bike riding with them. It was possibly the highlight of the entire trip. Sometimes life throws us wrenches, like actual wrenches in our case with our truck. But we do the best we can to fix it, shake it off, and keep going. And just look at the memories that we've made. This high was no doubt the best way to follow up our low.
Liking for you is all I need. Until my heart gives in, I will do everything I can for you.
COVID didn't ruin anything. In fact, it drew us even closer together, because it turns out we don't need all that extra sightseeing stuff. I know it's scary out there, and of course we should take precautions, but don't give up an opportunity to spend time with your family, even if it is just a regular old bike ride.